Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world. This is Gloria White, and I am whipping up a quick dinner here. It's pretty simple. I took a can of Campbell's cream of chicken soup and a 15-ounce can of mixed vegetables with low sodium. And what I did was I scooped all the cream of chicken noodle soup out, cream of chicken soup, out of the can and put it into the pot. Then I opened the can of vegetables, drained the juice into the can that the soup was in, and it came up about halfway in the can. Then I dumped the vegetables in with the soup here and stirred it all in together really well. And I'm going to need to keep stirring this so it doesn't stick. And bring my fire down. I get my finger out of the way. And turn the fire down to about 3.5. And on the temperature scale there. And I'm going to just keep stirring this so that it doesn't stick until all the vegetables are nice and heated through. I did add some black pepper, and I love black pepper. And then I'm going to add some butter, some real butter right here. I'm going to add about a tablespoon, and I'm just eyeballing it, and put that in. And then when it's thoroughly heated through, just to keep it from sticking, as you add the cheese, it'll tend to stick more. So you'll have to keep at the stirring a little more. But then I'm going to just melt the butter in. And you can already see it's really a thick kind of soup. So you could serve this over rice. You could serve it over potatoes or pasta. And then what I did was I added a half a can of the soup can of milk, just whole milk. Now, if you left that whole milk out, the sauce would be a lot thicker. Or you can add more milk and make it a little more thin. But I think this is perfect for what I'm hungry for myself, and I'll eat it with some Ritz crackers. But there's all kinds of mixed vegetables in there, and then the creaminess of the chicken soup, cream of chicken soup, and my spoon rest is probably in the dish drain. No worries. So once this gets thoroughly heated up, and I turn my fire down to about 3.5, just on a low heat. It's not that it has to cook anything. It just needs to thoroughly heat through so that it's yummy and warm. All the vegetables will be warm through as well. Now I have some shredded cheese here I'm going to add, or you could add American cheese, or you could add Gruyere, some smoked Gruyere. You could add just regular cheddar, that off of a block that you just can cut into cubes, and it would melt into your sauce here in the pan. Or you could use something like Velveeta if you want a more creamy kind of texture in your soup. I'm just going to put some of this shredded cheddar in mine. So I'll be back once these vegetables heat up. Okay, as you can see, it's simmering. It's not a hard boil, but it's really a simmer, and it's warming up all those vegetables through and through. And at this point, I am going to add the cheese. I'm going to put in about a cup of cheese, and I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to put it in there by a handful at a time until I think I've incorporated it well enough that I'm not going to have a big blob of cheese. So I'm going to put that there like that. Then I'm going to take my spoon that I stuck in my bowl and stir it in. And you can see that the shredded cheese is melting pretty quick and disappearing into the chickeny, creamy goodness. Okay, now that looks like it's all incorporated, so now I'm going to add another handful of cheese until I have about a cup in there. And I just sprinkle it over the top. Helps it incorporate a lot easier. My mouth is watering. I am so hungry. But I'm not going to serve this over potatoes or pasta or rice. I'm going to eat it like a soup with my Ritz crackers. You could also bake a cake of cornbread or make some garlic cheese biscuits, would be really good with this. You can even doctor this up by adding some garlic powder or a little onion powder or some spices that you really enjoy in your soup. And you can see it's changed color a little bit. I don't know if you can really pick that up here, but it's picked up a little orangey hue from the cheese. And now I'm going to stop stirring it and see how long it takes it to come back to a bubble, a simmer. And then it will be ready to serve. Oh yeah, here it comes. She's talking to me now. I think I want a little more pepper, black pepper in there. I really love black pepper. So I'm gonna add some more, heavy on the pepper. I love pepper. Boy, when that pepper hits that hot soup, it really becomes very aromatic. And let's see that little simmer. Yep, and I'll call that done. And I'm going to just serve it up into this bowl, and I'll come right back. Okay, so there it is. That's my dinner. It is going to be delicious, and I just have my Ritz crackers down around the saucer at the bottom of my bowl. And I'm ready to move into the living room and sit in my comfy chair with a big glass of cold milk and have my dinner. Hope you have a good evening, folks. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. This is Gloria White signing off in Utah, USA. I forgot I was supposed to do the taste test and the oohing and the eyeing. As you can see, there's lots of vegetables in here. And then there's the chicken from the cream of chicken soup. But you can always throw in an extra can of, canned chicken to bump up your chicken level in there. But it's very delicious. You would probably want to add a little salt. I don't, because I'm getting the salt from the soup and from the cheese and also my Ritz crackers. And so for my health, less salt is better. And let me have a taste of this. Really yummy. The creaminess of the chicken with the cheese in there, and you can taste that little pat of butter that I added. Very delicious. The other thing that you could do is you could put your vegetables in a pot, knowing that it's a half a can of water in there, and heat your vegetables up and season them first, and then add the chicken soup, and then the half a can of milk and your pat of butter. And then when you get that nice simmer going, start adding your cheese in a little at a time, stirring it in so you don't get those big clumps. But folks, this is really delicious, and I'm gonna dip a cracker in here. Look how nice it sticks on my cracker. Ooh, it's gonna be delicious. I'm so hungry. Okay, end of video. I must eat. Oh, that's good. That's so very good. I hope this gives you a good idea of something quick you can whip up out of your pantry when you're been running all day, or you're just hungry and you need something quick. All right, love you guys.